Hello, my name is Craig Joe Lair. My wife Ginger and I have lived at 155 Pine Street for the past 9 years, and we love it. But our family lives down south, so in order to be closer to them and the grandkids, we're moving. Since we can't take it with us, let me show it to you and see what you think. There it is. That is Curb Appeal. Big, huge house on a beautiful lot. Let me show it to you. There's the driveway. That's the front door. Here's the entryway. You come on in. Right off to your left, there is the living room. And this takes you up those 5 steps to the landing area. That's the stairs up to the bedroom. There's the entryway. And this is the beautiful chandelier, vaulted ceiling. That's the doorbell. Into the kitchen nook, all from the landing area. Then you get into the living room. Love to sit here in the morning, turn that chair around, face it out this way, drink some coffee. Just beautiful out there. Let's zoom in on that. There it is. Just beautiful country out there. It's a great way to start the day. And of course, there's a nice wood burning fireplace. You got to have that in the living room. Plenty of wood around these parts to burn. That ceiling is pretty much throughout the house. I don't know if it's custom, but it sure is nice. That flooring, we put in about 2,000 square feet of that wood plank. It's also very nice stuff. Good quality. And then we segue into the formal dining room. Nice chandelier. We've actually had 12 people for dinner at that table. There's a couple leaves we can put in there. It's a very nice room. It's right off the kitchen and the living room. And then we are getting ready to go into the sunroom. I think this is probably my wife's favorite room. It's glass and wood. That's pretty much the whole thing. Previous owners had a jacuzzi right in the middle of it. We didn't think that was a good idea, so we left it open, and we've got this nice vaulted ceiling. I think that's hemlock wood, I've been told by my wood experts. We've got a couple of skylights. Just gorgeous back here. My wife will sit out here in the night and watch all the animals come down. And that is the backyard, which backs up to a really, 5 to 10 acre forest, which I think is owned by the borough. And there's just nothing there but trees and animals, and there's a meadow. It's pretty handy. I mean, this house is actually located in town, but you really don't have that feel when you're back here. It makes you feel like you're out in the wilderness. All right, here's the entrance to the breakfast nook. And that's the door out to the backyard. Nice tile flooring there. Same view. We're going to be seeing a lot of that view because I think it's a great feature of the house. We just think it's makes it so secluded. Nice bay window. A lot of light comes in through those windows in the morning. And now we have the kitchen, which is right next door there. We came in and everything was redone. The oven, refrigerator, microwave, dishwasher, all that stuff. There's the the dining room. And we actually brought ran gas into this room too. So I like to cook with gas rather than electricity. So we had the gas stovetop there. There's the dishwasher. And another view out to the backyard, which you can't get enough of that. Double sink there with new faucet. Now we have the stairs up to the bedroom level. Come on up there, and then the first one we're going to look at is the master bedroom. That's a king-size bed. So it's a good sized room. The bed fits in there just fine and dandy. And then there's, of course, always windows in all these rooms, which we love. There's that flooring we talked about. Big feet walking around. Another view to the backyard. I guess we had a little fog on the pane. I didn't realize that. And we come in here to the master bathroom, which was totally remodeled. We gutted the whole thing and kind of designed this based on what we thought would be a cool thing to do, which is put in a nice walk-in closet for my wife, and she loves that. And all the old stuff was just thrown out, and we just started fresh. We wanted a nice walk-in shower, which easily fits 2 people if you're so inclined. And there's a rain can and then traditional shower as well. You can have both going at the same time if you want to. Uh-oh, there I am. Another view out to the backyard. All new lighting as well. Another closet. Can't have enough clothes for some people, huh? Anyway, there's the vanity, his and hers. Nice wood. Beautiful top there. And of course, we've got new lights as well. This is another bedroom up in there. We call it the turret room. We don't have any kids. We do, but they're not in the house. So all of our rooms we make into something else. This is a TV room, but it's a big room, and you could easily put 2 beds in here if you wanted to, or one of your kids could have a great room, or you could make it a TV room. But anyway, this is what we've done with it. There's a closet there for storage, clothes, and things like that. Three windows looking out to the front yard. Even enough room back there for a little exercise bike as we watch our TV. Now, I've turned this closet. I made a little book nook for my wife who likes to read. This was a closet that we really weren't using. And we've got the same type of view that we've been looking at for the front. This faces the front. This is actually the room right above the front door. And then the next room is right next door to this one. This is my wife's office / workout room, but it'd make a great bedroom. Nice and big. If you had a baseball fan, there's a perfect light for him or her. Closet, of course. Same flooring. And view. That's the utility pole right there. And that's a view of the top of the driveway and the right side of the property lines, those trees, facing from the street. Now, if you come to the same area, instead of going down the bedrooms, you make your first left, you're going to run into the second bathroom upstairs. But before you do that, look at the storage area with a laundry drop. Drop your clothes right down to the laundry room. I think the kids can at least do that, right? So there's that view again. Of course, the traditional things you have in a bathroom. And we have a shower, and it's a tub as well. It's always good to have at least one bathtub in the house. And then come out of that bathroom and you go right up these 5 steps and you're going to the attic room. Now that is a really big room as well. We use it as a guest room. There's a closet, and that is a king-size bed as well. Nice wood paneling. Yet another window view of the backyard. You could easily fit 2 beds up here as well. Another closet. And alongside these, where you see the wood paneling, on the other side of each side of that, on the other side is this storage area where you can just store all kinds of stuff. So there's one on the left, there's one on the right, and there's lights in there, so it's easy to get to and put all your Christmas gear or whatever. And then now we're back in the entryway. We've just entered the house again, but this time we're going to look at what's at the bottom. And on that level, that is the door to the basement, which we'll go look at. That's a walkway up to the breakfast nook kitchen, right from the entryway. And here we have, off to the right, is the boiler room. And this is I don't think 3 or 4 year old boiler, brand new, 3 years ago, on demand. Washer and dryer area. We've got 220 and gas. We have so you can, whatever your options are, whatever you want. Lots of storage. And then we have the downstairs bathroom. It's a toilet and a sink, but that's really all you need. It's very handy when you have visitors over. Here is the bottom of the basement. Bottom of the stairs of the basement, I should say. And it's just a beautiful basement. I have a band, and we use it as a music room. But previous owners had a pool table down here, so it's very versatile. It's 8 feet, just under 8 feet. So I'm a tall guy. There's no issues. It's nice, spacious, big room. Look at that wood. That's all wood molding and wainscot or whatever they call that. There's a nice open storage area, beautiful wood burning fireplace. Just put on, we have a laminated floating floor, which you're supposed to put down in the basement. Some more wood. Also, there's a drain in there too, so our dehumidifier, we don't have to empty it. It just drains out. Somebody built the house, was thinking pretty good. And this is right off there is one room off of the basement, and this is my work shed. And we got a nice workbench there and storage for all your stuff, projects. And even in the deepest, coldest time of the winter, it never gets too cold down here. It's kind of nice. And then there's actually another storage room in here, and just for supplies and things like that. That's actually the back of the washer and dryer area, so you can access it that way real easy. Getting at things in this house is really very easy. And then one last room we have is the room right off you can see from the garage door. To right of the garage door, there's a door. We'll see that on the outside in a little bit. That's what this room is. And it could be another bedroom, or it could be an office, or whatever you want, a TV room. I'm just finishing putting a new floor in there, so that's what that is, that dark stuff. If you were to come see the house, that would be fixed, or finished, I should say. And here's an outdoor view, kind of give you a rundown as far as what we've got, as far as the property is concerned. This is the driveway. It's about a 50-yard walk from the base of the driveway to the front door, so it's about 150 feet up there. And then once you get up to the top, you've got on the left side of the property, the back part is that shed. And that's the neighbor's property line, that fence. The shed's pretty handy for tract. I put my lawn tractor in there and other stuff. And that is the Burroughs water tank. And now we're back on that part of the property. But the water tank is going to be right behind us. I think we're going to show you a shot of that in a second. There it is. There's never anybody up there. There's never hardly anybody ever up. This is very isolated. We've got this forest right in the back part of the property. I don't know how many acres it is, but it's a pretty good piece of land that I believe the borough owns, and it's meadow and forest, and deer live there, and a bunch of different animals, skunks, raccoons. Punxsutawney Phil comes and visit once in a while, I think. Anyway, it's very, very nice considering this is in town. You don't feel like it when you're here, especially in the backyard. That's a nice flat area, big area for playing for the kids. We're just walking down. This is the back of the sunroom we saw earlier. And there's the chimney. That's a window up there. You're going to see in a second. I think I'll get a better shot of the attic bedroom. That was that window we saw. That's what it looks out. Okay, and now where are we? We're going to walk. We're on the back part of the house, and we just walked down, and this is the retaining wall that we redid when we moved in here because it was shot. If you take care of it, it'll go for another 50 years or so. Little French drain there to take care of any water. We don't want that in the house. 2-car garage. There's that door to that extra room we talked about, the one where I'm finishing the flooring. And 2 cars, we only have 1 car, but 2 cars fits in. There's actually separate controls for each one of those garage doors. And there's the window out of the garage, and you come right back to the front door. Thanks for looking. Well, I thought it might be a good idea to give you a way to contact me and even find some more information about our wonderful property. We have a website, cjlair.com, and there's more information, more pictures, things like that. If you want more information from me directly, you can send me a text to craigjolair@gmail.com, or my cell number is 949-340-4720. Call me, text me, either way. All right, thanks. Have a great day.